My name is Hannah Smith. I'm 20 years old and I'm from O'Fallon, Missouri. I'm currently a freshman at West Texas A&M University in Canyon, Texas. I'm getting my Bachelor's of Science in Biology so that I can go on to veterinary school. My dream job is to be a large animal vet in the PRCA. I can never remember a time in my life where I didn't have a passion for horses. When I was 7 years old, my mom finally put me in lessons. She thought that I was going to lose that horse craze, but unfortunately she was very wrong. Ever since then, I've been in lessons and I've never lost that passion for horses. After 7 years of being in lessons, I finally got my first horse, Shiner. My mom spent months planning to surprise me after she said we would never be able to afford a horse. And he ended up being my heart horse. My trainer put me on him to teach him and to teach me because he was a Greenbroke horse, and he taught me almost everything I know today about riding. I had been riding Shiner for a couple months when my mom approached me and asked me if I would be interested in leasing him. And I took a few days to think about it before I gave her an answer, which was very surprising, but I wanted to make sure that it was the best thing for both of us. I had been riding him at least twice a week for going on 3 months, and he was perfect. And after about a week, I told my mom that I wanted to lease him. So we leased him, and I continued riding him during lessons and just for pleasure a couple times a week. We began learning reining and the barrel pattern together, and just as we were getting ready to compete, my accident happened and I could no longer ride. After working with Shiner for about a year and a half, I was involved in an accident. During the accident, I severed a peroneal nerve in my leg and I was no longer able to have control of my foot. After a couple major surgeries and a long stay in the hospital, the doctors finally told me I would never be able to ride again. This broke my heart. My horse was my best friend, and I couldn't imagine his life going to waste and me never being able to sit on him again. So I told my mom to get rid of him so that he could be in a home where he would be used. Being the stubborn woman that my mom is, she refused, along with my trainer and the rest of my rodeo family. After a few months of physical therapy 3 times a week and strengthening at home, I was finally able to sit on Shiner. I couldn't ride, I could just sit, but that was enough for me. So I went to the barn and When I was going through my accident, my grandpa was also sick with cancer, and I started to lose my faith in God. Everything felt like it was falling apart, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to try in physical therapy. I didn't want to prove anyone wrong. And my mom did the opposite. She dug into her faith and her belief in God, and she started telling me that all you need is faith as small as a mustard seed, and everything will work out eventually. As hard as it was for me to dig into that saying, I did, and it pulled me through. I started working as hard as I could to prove the doctors wrong so that I could get back on my horse. That was my entire goal. And if I didn't have my faith as small as a mustard seed, my family and my horse, I wouldn't be where I am today. Over the summer, I discovered my reason for rodeo. I want to advocate for our animal welfare, the love that we have for all of our stock and competitors. Over the summer, I attended the Calgary Stampede, and I had an eye-opening experience. While I was there at the rodeo, there were protesters protesting the rodeo and the way we treat our animals. And I knew it existed, but it really surprised me to see it in person. And I just want to educate the general public about how we treat our animals and that they are worth more than everything to us. So if I do get the opportunity to be Miss Rodeo for a reason, that is what I want to spend my year doing, is educating the public. So thank you for this opportunity, and I hope to see you in Vegas.